I figure I would, hit the live. Oh man, I figure I would go live, talk to y'all for a little bit, and address this. I got something I want to talk about with Caitlin Clark. So we're gonna do that as we watch the Dallas and the Connecticut game. We got two teams that are piss poor record wise. So we'll see what happens with that. But let's talk about it though. Let's get into what I said that we need to what we need to have a conversation about. So look, for starters, you go to state, but the Indiana Fever should have won last night's game, folks. They should have won. That fourth quarter was the Achilles heel. That fourth quarter was just horrific for the Fever. Dallas is up 2-0. But look, the thing about it is when you look at what the Indiana Fever did in that fourth quarter, obviously they didn't rebound. They clearly got out tough. And when you look at it from the standpoint of Caitlin Clark, she was having a bad game. So perhaps, maybe she should have just, continued to pass, continue to rebound, do things like that. Her shot wasn't falling. And I think my problem is Caitlin should have mixed it up. She should have mixed it up. Her bag needs to be mixed. You know, like trail mix. It needs. She has to do other things, folks. I'm not sitting here saying I don't love a Caitlin Clark logo 3 because I do. But I think we know what it is, and I think it's something where it's like, okay, we could defend that. We got defenders that can defend that, make that shot tough for her. She's gonna make her fair share. I just talked about it when she went off and she dropped 32 on the Liberty, that she wouldn't have games like that all the time. And here's the thing, she could still reach 20 points by scoring twos and foul shots. It doesn't always have to be three, 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 three. Like, we know that you can do that. We've seen what you've done. We know how wonderful you've had a college career out of logo threes and buzzer beaters and, going on hot runs and streaks and, getting hot scoring, but you could be streaky as well. And so when you look at what Golden State was doing, you got to find something that works. And what was working, getting to the basket, she was able to score a couple of layups. I just thought that they just got out tough. The Fever got completely out tough. And I don't think Caitlin really hit the weight room like that. Because if she hit the weight room like that, she'd be able to follow. She'd be able to not follow. She'd be able to finish through contact. And that's an issue. I mean, if we're going to point this out, or we're going to sweep it under the rug. Because there's a lot of channels where you can go where they're going to sweep it under the rug. They're going to sweep under the rug the fact that it doesn't look like she's that much stronger if she is. They're going to sweep under the rug. They ain't going to say nothing about her turnovers. They're going to sweep under the rug how she could take 15 logo, 10 logo threes and only hit one of them, only make or hit none of them, or hit two of them. Two out of it depends on your percentages when shooting threes. Look, I get it because I obviously get it. How much she's helped affect the game, change the game, sell for the game. Nice layup by J.C. Sheldon to score this game. I mean, the tightest game up 4-4. Dallas and Connecticut are playing. But yeah, Caitlin Clark has to get smarter. She has shown that she can make mid-range shots this season. She has shown that she can drive and score from inside the paint. She just doesn't want to do that, preferably. And because she doesn't preferably want, similar to defense, someone might say, and I would also say, she doesn't want to hit the rim and get contact. And she could be one of the how am I trying to say this? She could be one of the highest volume free throw shooters in the game. Meaning she can get a ton of free throws if this is something she just continued to work at. I say work on everything else like you work on your logo threes. This is why I cannot fight back when people tell me that Paige is the more complete player. It's not just that people say, oh, this player got a ring and Caitlin don't. How am I supposed to fight back if Paige is more well-rounded? Like, I can't always use ticket sales. I can't always use viewership. I can't always use, okay, logo three. I can't because she was rendered ineffective. And a superstar should never be rendered ineffective. Now, in Caitlin Clark's defense, Golden State played some damn great defense on her, not giving her room to operate. When she broke free a couple of times and scored, I don't know why she didn't go back to it. It's an IQ thing. Could it possibly be? Again, here's the separation between me and others. It would behoove me to sit here and just sweep under the rug the things that she needs to improve at. If you say she can improve at something, then you just a fan. You don't want to hear no wrong. So I would say go where it's a what do you call it? Caitlin Clark safe zone where nobody talks about her disrespect. Like, I mean, not disrespectful. Obviously, that's the wrong term to use. But nobody criticizes her game. Because it's 8-8. Dallas got 8. Connecticut got 8 first quarter. But nobody critiques her game. And I don't think I've ever been that individual that said I'm not going to critique her game. I think I've pretty much always been critiquing her game. But I only had this channel since 2023, and I can't talk. I critiqued her game even off camera before my channel even began. I spent countless games celebrating and yelling at Caitlin. Sometimes the same game I'd be yelling at her and celebrating because I'd be like, "Why you take that shot? We didn't need that shot. Why was you so loose with the basketball right there? Why would you take that chance right there and just, throw this pass that the player's probably not ready for? Like, slow it down. Like, no, we don't need another three, Caitlin. You're shooting 1 for 13 from range." I remember one game, I don't know who, I think it was Kansas State. It was a Kansas State game, what year? I want to say it might have been her senior year, where Caitlin just couldn't hit the side of the barn. Caitlin couldn't hit a mansion with a power washer from 5 feet away. And she just kept launching. She just kept three. And it's like, okay, we got Kate Martin, we got Molly Davis, we had Hannah Stokey, we had Kylie Fairback, we had Sydney Affolter, we had all these players on our team, and yet and still, Caitlin was like, I'm just gonna do it myself. And sometimes it worked. Sometimes it just does work, and sometimes you lose. And we lost that game at Kansas State the first time around. But look, there are games where you're just not gonna have it going. And this goes for everybody. This goes for the Cheryl Swoops, to the Cynthia Coopers, to the Michael Jordans, to the Kobe Bryants, to the Allen Iversons, Asia Wilsons. Again, I just said all these names. They're going to be games where all these players just don't have it going. Napheesa Collier. You look at Caitlin. She flat out struggled against the Valks. She had some close calls, some long range bombs that just didn't hit. And you have to know when it's not your night, especially from downtown. So when it's not your night, what did I say? We are going to watch. I think I said this on shout out to Marcus Pro Fan Talk channel, fellow Fever fan, former NFL running back. Salute to his channel, Pro Fan Talk. And I said on his channel, particularly in the comment section, I said, let's watch Caitlin Clark to see how she plays when she's not scoring like crazy. Let's watch Caitlin when she's not dropping 25, 30 pieces, getting free, catching fire. Because she was on fire against the Liberty. And quite naturally, that's just not, look, a player like Napheesa Collier, she's going to be able to score every day. She's going to always get out there and rack up points. What's going on, Kevin? Who are on your profile picture? Is that sports related? Sabrina Ionescu. She's always going to be, she's more efficient. So I think that those two, Caitlin and Sabrina, are comparable, but Sabrina is a more efficient, effective shooter, while Caitlin is a lot more streaky. So she's gonna have her off nights. The turnovers, that's an issue, and it's not gonna go away on its own. Me personally, and I don't know if I'm the only one that says this, I think Gabby Marshall was great for Caitlin in college because Gabby allowed Caitlin to slide to the 2 a lot. And Gabby could bring the ball up in a pinch. Obviously, she could stand in the corners or, float out there on the perimeter by the 3-point line and knock in threes. She didn't require the ball. It's RC. She didn't require the ball like that. Catch and shoot. She was great. And I think that's what kind of point guard. Oh, AZ Flood at the game. I love AZ Flood. AZ Flood made me a big fan this season. So, yeah, I personally feel like Kelsey loves to shoot, and that's fantastic because Kelsey can get on the run. She can play amazing. But the thing about it is, Caitlin Clark, I don't know that she's a true point guard. And I think maybe they don't want to switch though. You don't want to push her to the two. Christy Sides could have put her at the two. Um, what am I saying? Christy Sides could have put her at the two. So I said Sophie. Stephanie White could have put her at the two. It's showing Anissa Moore. Anissa Moore averaged 4 points a game, but she scored 16 last time out. Yeah, and then Sides gets fired. Stephanie White comes in. Both of them say that they're going to not make, but they're going to get Caitlin Clark to play defense. And so far, Caitlin Clark has not played defense to the degree that you would want her to. And I don't know what it is, but Clark's not playing that great best of defense, and you want her to play some defense, but she got to play, she got to make effort. I don't want that. It stink. Eggs and bologna. That sound nasty. Who out there would eat some eggs and bologna? Disgusting. But, like I was saying, Caitlin Clark, she's shown she could play defense in the pinch, but it's not nearly enough. I need some more checks in the game. And why are we talking about these things if we're such a Caitlin Clark fan? Because we are. I am. Why are we talking about this if I'm a Caitlin fan? Why am I discussing the things that she struggles at doing or don't want to do? 14-13, dollars up by one. So the reason why, what's up with my nose? But the reason why we discussing, see something. The reason why we are discussing about Caitlin Clark, not being great at some things is simply because these things need to be called out. Like, if the Fever really legitimately want to win a championship, if they really want to reach that point, that pinnacle, reach that championship, threshold, get into the finals, things like that, Caitlin Clark is going to have to double down and really put her all in. You got players every year that wish they could go deep in the playoffs and compete for championships, and they don't get there. They might get swept in the first round. They might be giving their all and don't even qualify for the playoffs. So it's no game. It's no laughing matter. And I get it. Caitlin only 23. That's cool. She ain't even in her prime yet. But there's certain aspects of her game that only she can improve and work on. And if we discussing what she's great at, obviously she's one of the most underrated rebounding guards I've seen. She's an incredible passer. This we know. If Caitlin gets hot from 3-point range, look out. She's gonna have a fantastic showing. These are all things that very well could happen, but they're not gonna happen every game, guys. They're just not. I don't know why. I just didn't feel too hot for it, sir. But I'm alright. So yeah, look, when it comes down to Caitlin Clark, she's got to be the one to make effort. She's got to be the one to do the things that not everybody wants to play defense. I can understand it, but it's effort. It requires you to get down, concentrate, effort. And a lot of players in this league is about defense. We just saw Sanaya Rivers getting pumped up from a shot block. And I also understand that defense ain't sexy. It's not. Defense is not sexy, folks. It's not something that, gonna have people riled up, and super, super stimulated to watch defense. But a lot of people do enjoy defense as well, and kudos to them. And I'm a person that can appreciate defense and offense. And if you're hot on offense, it should be easier for you to play defense. And I thought that when she got it going, Caitlin got it going against New York, she didn't particularly play too much defense. I saw maybe one or two plays, and I would question anybody that was watching as a Clark fan to tell me why y'all think she don't like defense. And it's been said that she says she don't really care about it. So is that the right approach to have when you got Cynthia Swoop, Cynthia Cooper that's played defense? Asia Wilson played defense. Napheja Collier played defense. Hell, even Sabrina Ionescu, she tried to play defense better because she know that it's part of winning. So, everybody can't be the best defender. We accept that. We get that. But you got to try. You have got to try. You have got to give that side of the ball your all. And again, it's not a glorious job. Defending might not be a glorious, but to many it is. Like hell, you can see Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird try. Like try. That's all we would say. Just give it a shot. Nothing hurts a failure but a TRY. And you have players who obviously they'll do whatever it takes. They'll sacrifice anything, offense even, to get out there and play defense. So it's a hard thing. And guys, I just don't know if Caitlin will ever become that kind of player. I mean, I hope so. But 2 coaches in, and she didn't change. And maybe a lot of this is because Lisa Bluto was like, all right, Caitlin, do what you want. I don't care. Just, do your logo threes. You know, do your heroics. Save us when we can't get. Maybe Caitlin should have went to Notre Dame after all. She would have been more well-rounded. I know Gino didn't want her. There's other schools that could have used her because she needed to play with a whole bunch of talent earlier so that she would know, I'm her, but even her got to share. And you look at a Juju Watkins, I think she's going to relish the opportunity to play with another superior talent like a Jasmine Jazzy Davidson. I think that she's going to be super excited. Dallas 16, Connecticut 15. We basically got, the Super Bowl for losers going on right now. Dallas wins are 2-11. Connecticut is 2-10 on the season. So it's pretty tough records for these teams tonight. But and I just be wondering what Caitlin be thinking because you're not going to go in every night and knock down 60-70% of your 3-point shots. And some people say this, and I ain't gonna say no names at all, but I'm gonna say this. Some people have said that take that down 3-pointer away from Caitlin. Take the logo 3 away from her, then what is she? And then you just have a really good passer, a really great passer. You got a really solid rebounder. And she can make her free throws. And she plays the passing lane. Oh, man. Nelson Adota missed a point-blank layup. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, they say that. And what can I say to that? I mean, if Caitlin don't get it going, she has to develop the rest of her game. But, see, I don't think Caitlin Clark wants to be a Sue Bird type of player. I don't think Caitlin Clark. Nice shot and one. Pays from the free throw line, and the shot goes down, and she gets a chance for an and one. Paige is cooking early, but I don't think that Caitlin wants to be like a Paige player, like a Sue Bird, like a Diana Taurasi type of player. Like I don't think that's who she want to be. I think Caitlin wants to be like a Sabrina 2.0, like a Steph Curry. Like she wants to put on a show from 3-point range and probably because, well, I don't know. It's all conjecture. But maybe it's because she just know that's what her fans know her for, logo threes, and that's what she want to do. But I personally I just want to see her make the right plays sometime. You know? I just want to see her make the right passes, the right decisions. I don't give a damn if Caitlin gets a 2 or 3. My thing is you better score. And we needed scoring yesterday, and we went ice cold against the Valks. Yes, the Valkyries at one point was getting all of the foul calls, and me myself personally, I was feeling like, man, if I was just getting everything, you would think they was the defending champions. But it's honestly, it all comes down to the FIBA being able to respond. You cannot cry about the fouls. You cannot be upset that you lost the game, because you lost the game. You weren't tough enough. Caitlin just, turning the ball over. Um, Aaliyah Boston, maybe she needed more touches to get comfortable. Kelsey Mitchell hit and miss from 3-point range. It was 59-55 at the end of the third quarter. I wanted to talk about this last night, but I was just too pooped. But tough loss to take. Tough loss. And I mean, Kaylin can't worry about putting on a show. It's about W's. She can't always think like, okay, I want to lead the league in scoring. This ain't college. It's not. It's a different game, and adjustments are real. And I think she needs to get mentally. She gets mental grit. She needs to get that mental grit. She's got to be prepared for the push for the long haul. She shouldn't be exhausted. She's missed like 5 or 6 games, and we played like 12 games. So she shouldn't be worn out or anything like that. Like Caitlin Clark just has to make sure she's focused. She's got to do whatever it takes to win. There's going to be some games with Caitlin that people aren't going to like, but we need to win anyway. There might be some games from Caitlin Clark where it's like she might only score 14 points, but if she can give us like a dozen assists and like 7 to 8 rebounds, that's a great game. But the thing is, will everybody lose happy? And I don't think that they will. Just tell me that, y'all. Those that watch sports in the comment section, we back. Dallas up 21-15. This isn't a play-by-play stream, but I got the game on. My aces come on later that night. If I ain't too tired, nothing's going, I might play-by-play that one. Because I really haven't been able to, like, really do posts and pre-games. I've been all over the place. The only thing I'm sure about is I'm a post game and pre game when it comes to the Hawkeyes and the Bruins if I can. So I got to get better because at first I was always doing play by play, post games and pre. I mean not play by play. I was always doing pre game and post game. I was on it, but Paige Becker's with another three. Paige Becker's 3 for 3, 8 points. She having herself a party. This is her first game back in Connecticut. She's showing out. You know, she fill the game out. And that's another thing with Caitlin. Trust me, y'all, she is one of my favorite players ever. I'm a huge Caitlin Clark fan, but she don't be filling the game out. She don't be letting the game come to her. She don't always take the best high percentage shots. She treats the ball like a volleyball, like just give it away sometimes on occasion, and these things are bothersome, and they just needed to be talked about. I don't know what she is gonna become from here, but it's up to her. It really is. Obviously, a career isn't made in a year, so if they don't win the championship this year, it's understandable because Caitlin Clark is still very young. But I mean, you went out and made a team. I mean, you could have just kept building organically. You could have took the number 7 pick this year, right? Was the number 7 pick? You could have got like a Sanaya Rivers, a Zaya James. You could have got some talent, but you wanted to go all in, and Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner, and you thought, okay, we're gonna win the championship in year 2. And I'm here to tell you guys right now, Caitlin Clark gonna start buckling down, playing some damn defense. Cause how you gonna come back in the game if you down in the fourth quarter, but you ain't gonna play no D? I played a little bit. I played ball in high school a little bit. I played a lot of pickup ball, but who hasn't, right? And again, I only played a little bit in high school. And one thing I know for sure is if you play in defense, you should be getting fired up. You should be getting invigorated. Like your offense should be driving you, and your defense should be driving you. They both should be driving you one way, and not just one way or the other. The defense should get you into the game. Offense should get you involved in the game. If your defense is going well, hopefully you can get your offense going well. It's a hand to hand type of thing. But one thing for sure, defense, you can always try to stop somebody. On offense, you can't always score. You can't always score on offense. You could go down, get the high percentage shot. You can get the most efficient, effective shot, and you still might miss. But Paige Beckers, I'm not here to tell y'all I can't say she better than Caitlin, but I will say all around Paige got it going. So I just don't know sometimes with Caitlin. That's why I'm dropping the video because I don't know. I don't know where her head is. I don't know what she's thinking about. I wonder how much winning matters. Again, this is a play I've been watching for 4 years. For 4 years, and she got some bad habits. Again, if you want your ears tickled, then you just got to go to those channels that tickle ears. Now, it ain't for me to say no name, but if you want to you always want to hear the good about Caitlin. I could easily just be one of those channels. I could have came on here, and I am. I do give Caitlin her praise her recognition when it's deserved. I do give her a props. I have done it. I did it when she was at Iowa. If she balls out and has a fantastic game, we talk about it. If Caitlin Clark struggles like she did yesterday, we're here to talk about it. And we're not going to just sit back and just accept it. It's going to rub some people the wrong way. Of course it is. It's social media, it's YouTube. Some people, they want to be able to put a Jesus robe on Caitlin Clark. It's that kind of level of idol worship. It's howling all over this league. So I'm never gonna be hurting for content. I'm still gonna always be all guys fan. I can't wait to see this year's team. I ain't worried about what somebody say. Oh, you can't be a real Clark fan, and you can't be a real Iowa fan because you won't say that Caitlin Clark do everything right. No, I'm not gonna say that Caitlin Clark do everything. She is the most complete player ever, and she could never do anything wrong. No player is complete, y'all. I mean, let me think about who's a complete. Larry Bird could do everything. A lot of players can do everything. Magic could do everything. But we're talking about complete. We're talking about somebody who rebounds like a great, shoots like a great, scores like a great, blocks shots like a great, shoots threes, great free throw percentage. We're just talking about like a 2K player that you done pushed everything of theirs to 99, which that's trifling. You should never, if you play in NBA 2K or whatever, you never should put everything on 99. That's just ridiculous. But again, let's just say, that somebody was like that, and that's what they all across the board. They got 99 on threes, 99 on free throw. Okay, that's rare because even Giannis, you take a Giannis, he can't make threes that well. His free throws, he struggled to improve. You look at the Wembanyama, yeah, he's close. He can shoot the three, he can score in the post. He can do everything. But the thing about it is, everybody got some kind of weakness. And it's up to the defense to exploit that. And Caitlin gets rattled when the defense is real tight. And everybody that watch hoops knows it. So she just got to get better. Mental grit. Will she do it? I hope so. All I can do is hope. What's she working on in the off season? She got to, continue to, add some weight and muscle to her frame. She got to be able to finish through contact. I saw some moments when she should have finished through contact that she couldn't, when she always wanted to foul. And I can't talk about that because that's everybody like that. Men's, women's, everybody want the call. So, but I think just this live was necessary because, look, and maybe some of y'all can answer it, but where's Caitlin Clark's head at sometime? I left yesterday thinking that she don't know. What's going on, man? Okay, salute. I don't know, man. The comments wasn't coming through, So if you hear, salute to you, bro. The comments just now popped up. But look, y'all. I was like, where's her head at? Yesterday, her head was MIA, and a lot of it probably because her shots was off. If her shots is off, what else is she gonna do? Obviously, she did have a good stat line, but then she didn't have that stat line that everybody goes crazy for. She had like 9 rebounds, 7 assists. She was passing well. If you can't score, then rack up your assists, your rebounds, your steals. Do things that matter. Cause this ain't Iowa. This ain't Iowa. You're gonna have nights where you go absolutely insane. You're gonna rain down threes like the Liberty game. You're gonna have a fantastic performance on, I almost said both sides of the court, but you're gonna offensively have a great performance, and hopefully you're adequate on defense. But there's gonna be nights where you just cannot hit the side of a damn barn, and so that's just kind of what it is. She couldn't hit a parked car with a raw egg. She's throwing eggs at a parked car about 5-10 feet away, and she can't even hit the car. And that's what last night was, y'all. That's what it was. And Kate Martin was very effective. I thought Kate Martin showed up big with Tisha and me here. They just couldn't gather the rebound. This whole loss ain't on Caitlin. This video, I want to put that out there in the video. This whole loss ain't on Caitlin Clark. You know, Boston had 5 fouls. Kelsey Mitchell had 5 fouls. This team, they need more than what they have. DeWanna Bonner is out. What's going on? Is she being shot? Is she going to come back? Natasha Howard is a hit or miss to me. You don't play the other rookie Thompson. You don't really see too much of Breonna Turner. I thought Sophie Flame. I call her Sophie Flame. Sophie Flame. Sophie Cunningham. She had a pretty good game. Sydney Colson was okay. You can't expect to get a lot out of Sydney Colson. You can't. You can't expect to get. I mean, you can get what you can get out of her, and it's a bonus. Lexi Hall. I mean, Lexi Hall is good, but she's not. This game changer. So I don't know, folks. This is a playoff team, but I don't know how far we go. And as much as I enjoy watching Caitlin erupt for big performances, I know that she's got to be so much more than this for us to achieve. If she wants, I don't know about career rise, and I don't know if she sticks with the Fever her whole career. But if you wanted to win the championship with the Indiana Fever, you definitely you can beat a scoring beast. But you got to get others involved. Haley Jones is in the game for Dallas. It's a 1-point lead for Connecticut. For Dallas. It's a 1-point lead for Dallas. Lee Rue is in the game for Dallas. Paige is playing well. She's having a good game today. I haven't saw too much Paige, but Paige is adjusting just well. She's just playing on a bad team right now. But if Dallas could ever get it going, they need to make the trades, get Enrique up out of there, whatever they need to do. You got to build it around Paige and Maddie Seekers. But look, in closing, she got fouled. Paige got fouled, no call. Paige, Paige, pull up, baseline 2, swish, cool water switch. Yeah, normally that's reserved for Caitlin, cool water switch, but Paige buries it. Dallas up 3. That's pretty much gonna do it, y'all. Who do the Aces play next? I feel like they play the Fever. I don't have my tablet. I can't look. I feel like they play the Fever. Stupid. The Aces. Hello. The Fever play the Aces. The Fever play the Aces on Sunday, and I want to do that game because I'm a Fever and an Aces fan. Just the same. But we will be back though. We have more Hawkeyes content coming. We got an Oklahoma video on Leah Chavez, so we got a Leah Chavez video coming. But I wanted to address this. I said I would. What else? What else is there to talk about? We got a game 7. on Sunday, Tina Charles almost made an and one. So yeah, maybe I'll be back for the Aces game. Maybe I need to do some Aces content. Talk about how damn bad this team is. But yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna wrap it. Let me see if I got anything else I want to say about Caitlyn. She pretty much, some people say she is what she is. They're gonna say she won't change. And if that's so, that's sad because last thing I think James Harden ain't gonna never win no championship to end his career. I think James Harden never gonna win the chip. And I almost feel the same about Russell Westbrook. I don't think Russell Westbrook ever gonna win no NBA championship. And it's not because they ain't great. It's just because they just, one, ain't gonna fall into the right opportunity, and two, the ego, they gotta let go. I mean, Russ let it go, but he finds ways to make mistakes in the biggest moments still. And pays to Enrique for three, way off. But I mean, yeah, I don't see them winning. So I hope that Caitlyn's career trajectory doesn't follow Russell Westbrook and James Harden. She needs championships more. Caitlyn don't need no. She don't need no. Caitlyn don't need no scoring titles, y'all. She needs championships. The hell with a scoring title. She don't need 200 logo threes a season. She needs championships, whether that's sacrificing. Because if she's gonna be the number one option, then here is something that I might clip. I might clip this, or I might repeat this in the YouTube short, because this is important. It's very important. Y'all listen up. So, okay, wait a minute. What am I doing? No, that ain't what I want to do. That is not. I don't want a green screen. That is not what I want to do, y'all. Let me see here. Oh man, I can't. I'm gonna have to do it on my own. Wait. Okay, here we go. So this is what's important. So y'all here, y'all listening. If at any point, a few people left out, but hey, they missed out on something good to say, I'm gonna clip this. I'm gonna try to make this a highlight, and I'm also probably do a YouTube short on this, even if it's just 10 seconds. I'm gonna post it. Now, Caitlin Clark, okay, y'all heard me? So I'm gonna do like a 10-second YouTube, 10-15 second video on this. Short on this, and I'm gonna highlight it if I can. If Caitlin Clark wants to win championships in the WNBA, she is going to have to be a more effective, efficient shooter. She clearly feels like she doesn't always have to get the bigs going. Does she feed them the rock? Yes. Does Boston get touches? Yes. Does Howard get touches? Yes. Do they get enough touches? No. They don't see the ball enough. If Caitlin Clark is going to be the number one option and try to lead this team to a championship in the WNBA, she is going to have to be a more efficient, effective shooter. Especially if she think I don't have to have a traditional post that can score for me all the time, that I'm not going to be getting the ball to, and I'm going to be the leader of this team. Yeah, rack up stats, score the ball, do your thing. But Caitlyn to win a championship, and it might bust people's bubble, and I feel like this is real issue we're talking. She's gonna have to be a more effective shooter. She's gonna have to. She can't be erratic like she is. Sometimes she's so erratic. It's what's the word? Damn it, what's the word? It's a struggle. That's not the word, but I use that. It's a struggle to watch her sometimes. She could be great doing everything else. She could be great driving to the cup. Caitlyn could be great from the mid-range. She don't just have to be great from outside. So that's the only way they're gonna win the championship as Caitlyn. That's the number. What's going on, Samuel? I saw you. I'm just kind of in my zone. That's the only way we're gonna win the championship. If Caitlyn's like, okay, because normally to win a championship, you need like a versatile big, or you need a big forward, that's versatile, that can rebound, that can score, that can pass. somebody with some height to him. And yeah, I mean, like Monica Cesaro ain't walking in this room. And if she was good, real good, she should be in the league. I thought she could play ball, definitely at Iowa, but I don't know that she could be a pro. She was drafted, but she ain't in the league. Well, will Hannah Stuckey get in this league? Does Caitlin need help from other Iowa players? I say no. She better make the most out of what she got. She gonna have to make the most. So you better utilize Boston and start playing. You better utilize, whatever you can get from Howard. Like, she's gonna be fabulous. Caitlin's gonna have her great moments, and we salute those. But the whole reason for this video, folks, ladies and gentlemen, robots and aliens, is that Caitlin Clark, she must improve. She must continue to. Just having, 1 or 2 great games and then a bad game or 2 ain't gonna get it done. She just gotta be a line of consistency. And again, shooting those logo threes is all fan and dandy when they go in. But, it's a killjoy when you miss so many of them. And it's hard to come back, It's hard to get back into the game. So these are things that a lot of people don't want to talk about, but I'm addressing them. I'm a huge fan, but I cannot sit back and say nothing, This look like it's going to be great. They showing trailers of Megan 2.0 or Megan 2. Megan 2 look like it's going to be better than the first one. But, I mean, that's pretty much the conclusion of the video. And I do want to thank everybody that popped through. Again, this ain't no hate video on Caitlin. Y'all seen me post tons of content about Caitlin Clark and how great I feel she is. Y'all heard me talk about how wonderful I think Caitlin is, how phenomenal she is. She deserved Rookie of the Year. Made the playoffs in her first year. But all is not well. Fever and Aces on Sunday on ESPN at 3 p.m. So if I go to church or if I make it back from church, God willing, then we'll do the Fever and Aces on Sunday at 3 p.m. Hopefully that'll be a victory. But she definitely got to play better. Those are my 2 teams, so maybe we can talk about that some. Couple of days now for Caitlin to just kind of regenerate and just get better and get back to it. And I just want to see her play at her best. I want to see her maximize her potential. She got to get stronger for the players she's going up against. You gotta protect the ball. Caitlin, the reason why we play the championship game, the reason why we played, I said championship game. The reason why you play this game of basketball is so you can ultimately win championship. You ain't playing for all-star selections. You ain't playing for logo threes. Are you? We playing, the ultimate goal is to try to win the championship. Come on. 2 loyal Iowa fan, 2 straight years in the championship game. That hurt like hell. That should motivate Caitlin Clark. Say, I got to get me a championship. I got some way, somehow. So, slight adjustments to your game. Some things, you only going to learn by experience. So some things you only going to pick up as you play, more and more. And I'm a fan through and through. But I can't be one of those channels that just sit up here and just don't address a glaring weakness. I cannot talk about, I can't sit and just say Caitlin Clark shot 0 for 7. Oh, she the greatest player in the game today. I can't do it. I can't do it. I think Asia is one of the greatest. She definitely is. This year, I think Fee got it. I got Fee, Satou. Fee, Satou. That's Satou Sabali. What'd you say? I'm live stream. Josh. JBM. Oh, what Josh said? Where JB at? I ain't seen J. I miss my boy JB. I miss my boy JB so much, y'all. And I also want to say on this stream, before I end it, let me finish. My favorite, my tops right now in the league, my favorite top players in the league, Fee Collier this season, for this season only. Fee, Satou, Asia, Sabrina Ionescu, Oh, nice three, JC Sheldon. JC Sheldon for three. See, we give props even to the people that even so we consider JC to be the ops, but if JC ever gets that offensive game going in the league, big props to her. Big props to her. You know, yeah, they was just in a scuffle. JC was just in Caitlin's face, but I done slept on it and I done moved on. I can't hold no. I'm not one of them fans that gonna sit up there and hold some hate up in my heart over somebody I don't even know. Marina Mabry for three. Oh, off. 40-40 game. We almost at halftime. This should be a great second half. I won't be on the stream for it. I might come back later for the Dallas Wings and I mean for the Las Vegas Aces. I think they playing the Seattle Storm. Y'all know you love JB. Yeah, I miss JB too. I wish he come back. Um, I hope he doing okay though. I really do hope he doing okay. Might message him or something on a Twitter or whatever. I'm on his Twitter page, so I might check him out on X, see how he doing. But I want to say before I conclude the video, because we're getting ready to conclude it, I wanted to talk for 30 minutes and be up out of here, but I'm talking longer than I wanted to. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, maybe I'll do a short about this as well. But um, Banky Banky Pound's a great YouTuber. That's BANKY Pound, like pound my fist. So Banky Pound is a fantastic YouTuber. I love his channel. Banky just recently had a heart attack. He's okay, to my knowledge. He posted a short. I was terribly hurt by it. These things happen to us as we get older. These things do happen. Even young people have heart attacks, and I just want to wish him a safe recovery. Um, and if you don't mind, go over to Banky Pound's channel. Just type in there, say recover. I wish you a speedy recovery, because he's basically his content niche is prison. He did 30 years in prison and came out alive. Just a great dude. You would never knew that he'd spent 30 years in there. Just a fantastic dude. But that's Banky Pound's channel. I mean, this man, his videos, he one of the most realest people talking about that type of content, and he don't glorify it. He's trying to save young men and just anybody from going to prison. So he's an awesome dude. I hated the news to hear that Banky had a heart attack, and I wish him nothing but a recovery. And I'm definitely probably gonna do at least a YouTube short, because I didn't like it. I hated it when I saw that news. I hated it. I did not like it at all. And I saw this little YouTube short and I had to click up out of it, because I just felt like I don't want to see somebody that's so great, so inspirational like that. I just didn't like it. So I just wish him nothing but speedy recovery. And I not like seeing him like that. And but I'm glad he let his fans know what's going on with him. So shout out to Team Banky Pound. That's just an awesome dude, awesome content creator. Um, I remember when I first seeing him on Joe's After Prison show, and one of the things I said about Banky was like, this dude needs his own YouTube channel. And suddenly, just like that, he had his own YouTube channel, and it's been all the way up for him from there. And I just felt some kind of way. Y'all know how it is. You got somebody out there, everybody that we feel for, everybody that we care about and love. It's not somebody that's in front of us. Sometimes you meet somebody over the screen. You meet people on social media. Even though these days you got to be really careful about that. But you can meet people, like you can talk to them. Not saying you meet in person, but you can talk to people. You can feel their spirit. You can feel good energy. And if something transpires with them, you feel some kind of way. Just like we lost Darian Hopkins this year, and that was a gut punch. Yes, we all got to check out time on this planet, but I don't want to get too far off track. I don't, but yeah, go over there and tell Banky Pound, just wish him best recovery, well wishes. And I just wanted to just add that 2 cents in, because you know it's not a lot of super awesome, down to earth, realistic, authentic content creators who you feel that compassion, that love for them through the screen. So just wanted to say that. But anyway, whether you're catching this video on playback or you catched it now, I appreciate everybody who came through. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming through, hitting the like button. I appreciate you coming through. And hold on one second. I appreciate y'all coming through and liking the stream. No, I also appreciate y'all for commenting. So let's see who came through here. And yeah, I hope we do see JB Swan. So let's salute and thank everybody that popped through. So I want to say thanks to Lacey that came in here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you to Kevin. Appreciate you to S God from the Man Cave channel. Great channel over there. And Samuel. So we only had a couple of commenters, but nonetheless, I had something I wanted to get off my chest, and I'm glad that I did it. You know, tell me how many Caitlin Clark fans you think gonna be on here talking about what she needs to do better. Tell me how many Caitlin Clark fans you think will challenge her or say that she needs to improve. You know, where's that person that commented in the video, Lynette somebody talking about some, I wouldn't talk about what she needs to improve. She is the greatest. She's the GOAT. What does she need to improve upon? Who don't need to improve? There's greats that still work on their game. Stop. You think Kobe was satisfied? You think Jordan was satisfied? No, you'll never get satisfied. So, if I'm going to watch this game of women's basketball, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Caitlin Clark ain't no complete player. She ain't. She a fantastic, phenomenal player. But I can't put complete in there. And I can't say she a champion. But I can say she my college GOAT. I can say that. And nobody can stop me from saying that. And I'm going to feel how I feel. And she's going to have a wonderful career. But there's things she needs to improve on if she want to be WNBA GOAT range. And one, she got to get a chip. And there's things she needs to clean up with her game. And I'm still an Iowa fan. I'm still a Clark fan. You know, I think that at some point, if she don't watch it, there's going to be others that come up and shoot past her. So she got to want it. I can't make her want it. Samuel can't make her want it. She got all the attention. She got all the acclaim. You know, she got all of the people falling at her feet. But how bad do you want to win? And with that, guess what? We out.